Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It has been a hot minute and we're coming back strong with a PR package from Veeda Bella. If you're not aware of what Veeda Bella is, it is a brand that was started by V Nailed It here on YouTube. She is an amazing nail tech, an amazing nail artist. I will have all of her socials linked down below, as well as the info for her brand. Like I said, this is PR and she did send this to me. I am an ambassador with her brand, so I do have a discount code, which is KC. Definitely make sure to use that at checkout to save a little bit of coin. First things I'm pulling out are the thank you cards and the little handwritten note, which is super cute. Love that. Thank you so much. I did not watch the videos first. So because of that, you will see me struggling a little bit with the magnetic holder. So let's get opening all of these boxes. First off, let's take a good look at all of this packaging. Super cute. I love her aesthetic. When I was looking at this box, I seen that it said slip and I was like, wait, did she release something new? And I was super confused, and then I pulled it out and I was like, oh, okay. This is the practice hand primer. So this is not to be used on your hands at all. This is only for the silicone hands. And this just allows the nail tips to adhere for the nail bed area. I haven't smelt this or anything, but it's just a really liquidy primer that you put so the glue can grip to the silicone hand. Next up, for the black bubble wrapped packages, I was super curious to see what was in these, and at this point during the filming process I was like, man, I forgot how it's to aesthetically film stuff. I was really struggling to open these. So inside of these we have nail tips. So these are individually labeled and these are the natural ones. I'll explain a little bit better in a minute, but these are the tips that you apply for the practice hand to create the nail bed. Like I said, these are individually labeled so you know exactly what finger each of these nails go on. So it's pretty safe to assume that this bag is also nail tips, which it is. However, these ones are different. These are the working nail tips. So if you've ever watched any Veeda Bella practice hand videos or any of V Nailed It's videos, you probably know that the working nail goes over top of the natural nail, making it super easy to prep and remove the nails that you practice on. So the ones on the right, which are the working nails, are a tiny bit bigger than the natural nail, which was on the left. I will be showing you guys the prep and removal process at the end of the unboxing. Let's get cracking with the good stuff. So this is the box that has the hands and a few other things in it. Again, super cute packaging. I love the magnetic box. On the top here has a QR code which you're supposed to scan to watch all of these very detailed instructional videos, which I highly recommend that you do. I will have them linked in the description as well. So in pulling stuff out, I'm starting with the smaller stuff first, and this is the easy tape, which is super important for her quick apply and removal method. Love this. I have 3 of them right now. There's also this cute little velvet bag. I don't like the feel of velvet, something about it makes me feel weird, but let's go ahead and open it. And inside here is the paperclip bracelet. I did see this on the order confirmation, but I was shocked. Take a listen. So looking at the confirmation email that she sent me, I did know that I was getting the paperclip bracelet, but I didn't know that she was planning to engrave my username on it with the brand name, of course. This is the cutest thing I've ever gotten from any brand at all. Legitimately, I love this bracelet so much. And again, thank you so much, V. I'm amazed. This is so awesome. Also in that bag is a little ring. You can wear this yourself, but I like to put these rings on my practice hands. They're super cute. So let's get into this little black box. Inside here is the magnetic hand holder because I haven't quite mentioned it yet, but these are new release practice hands from Veeda Bella, so they are magnetic. So this first thing here is the metal plate. This is what the hand sticks to. It does have the little Veeda Bella logo engraved at the top, which is super cute. Let's go ahead and take out the stand itself. So it does have this big sticky suction on the bottom and this little arm thing that does adjust for the angle that you want your hand to be held at, which is super important. For the bottom sticky thing, if it gets dirty, you can clean it with water, and this is the thing that actually holds the hand on and lets it magnetize to the stand. I didn't know how to work this. I cut a lot of the clips out. So that is what I was talking about of I didn't watch any videos first, and I definitely recommend that you do just to make sure you understand how to put this together. Okay, so I usually don't like put my voice in the videos that I plan to do voiceovers over, but I just like blew my mind. So this is the piece that is like magnetic, and like look how strong this is. And when I did that, I like pulled this out. So like it even extends, and you can tighten it here. I didn't even notice that the first time, but I just wanted to put that in the video. Let's do the satisfying bill. Let's dive into the best part about this unboxing video. Inside of these really pretty velvet bags, we have something wrapped in paper. Of course, we know that these are the practice hands, so these are the magnetic half hands, and these are Gen 2, so this is her second release of practice hands, and this one here is the color Honey. Look how gorgeous and realistic she is. I'm obsessed. I love how the knuckles are like slightly darker than the rest of it. That to me just makes it look even more realistic. On the back of the practice hands are two magnets. These things are super strong, and they are what holds the practice hand onto the stand. Like, I'm talking, these magnets are super strong. It's pretty hard to take them off. Oh, wow. That's strong. So here's a little bit more of a close-up of the practice hand. Let's go ahead and open the other one. Initially, I didn't know that she was sending me two of them, so when I got the confirmation email, I was super shocked. Like, I was so excited, and she actually sent the color that I really wanted, which was that honey one. This one is the color Porcelain. This is the lightest shade that she offers. She does have 6 different shades of practice hand on her website, giving you guys a good variety to pick from. So I haven't quite mentioned it up until this point, but these are the Posable hands. So make sure to use 2 fingers whenever you do bend the fingers, and do not bend them in unnatural positions to avoid breaking the structure inside that allows them to be posable. I personally love Posable practice hands. It allows you to put the finger in the exact position that you need to be able to reach different areas of the nail. Not only that, but it gives them a different level of sturdiness, keeping the fingers from being all wiggly and jiggly, which honestly makes me feel really weird when I see fingers jiggling around in a video. Now that we've done like a little comparison of the colors of these practice hands, I also want to show you the difference between these Gen 2 practice hands and her original practice hand. So this one on the right is her full left posable practice hand in the color V3. Probably the biggest visual difference of these practice hands is the thickness of the fingers. The Gen 2 has a lot slimmer fingers, which reminds me more of my own hand. And of course, the full hand does not have the magnetic things to stick with that stand. So here's everything that we unboxed with this PR. Again, thank you so much to V for sending this over. I think these are super cute. I'm so excited to start using these in my videos. Again, make sure to use my code KC or use the link down below. Okay, so I filmed this part on a different day, and I do have different nails. Look how cute they are. I'm obsessed with these nails. I think they're so cute. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up the magnetic stand to place it on something so we can go ahead and start using it. I personally don't want to stick this to my table, so I'm going to be using the Veeda Bella Artista palette like V recommended. It does look a little dirty with the light reflection, but I promise this thing is clean. I had a really big mess on this thing. So I'm going to be sticking this to the back in the middle of the palette. Now I'm using my finger to guide it into place like V's video recommended to do. I didn't realize this until after I stuck it down that it is a little crooked. So when I seen that it was crooked, I was like, wait, oh no, okay, let me fix this. And I tried to take it off, and this thing was like stuck. Like I could not like get this off, and I didn't want to break it. So I was like, okay, I'll just deal with it being a little bit sideways. The next thing you want to do is just flip this little switch down just to make the suction a little bit stronger, just to make sure it's not going anywhere. And trust me, this thing is stuck. So being absolutely blunt, I feel like I probably should have put this on something a little bit heavier, because it did seem a little bit top heavy with the angle that I wanted to use it at. So I ended up having to bump it up 1 notch, and just turn the hand downwards. Now this is still good for video, but if you want very specific ranges of motion with this arm, you might want to consider sticking this to the table instead of a palette. Of course though, that is just my personal opinion. Let's go ahead and take Honey, the half hand posable practice hand, and let's prep her for doing a practice set. These practice hands do come out the box with the nail bed tip already glued into place, so you don't have to do any of that. I'm going to go ahead and get out all of my working nail tips just to have them ready and laid out. Instead of using the new easy tape, I'm going to go ahead and use one that I already had open because like I said, I have like 3 of these and I don't want to open a new one if I haven't finished the old one. I'm going to be using my cuticle nippers to cut the tape. Definitely do not recommend this. Get some little scissors because this was a struggle. First thing you want to do is grab some isopropyl alcohol. I'm using 70%, but 90 works fine too. You want to use a cotton pad or a lint-free wipe, preferably a lint-free wipe. Mine is definitely not lint-free, but you want to use this to clean off any oils or residue on the nails from the packaging and opening the package. So quick side note, like I said, the natural nail beds are already glued into place when you open the package of these Gen 2 hands. If you want to remove them, you are going to have to soak in acetone. I'm not going to be covering that in this video. I will have these instructional videos linked down below. Definitely go and watch those before doing anything to your hand. So let's say that you have no nail tips on and you want to apply some. You would take the practice hand primer and you would apply a thin layer of this to the silicone nail bed area. You're going to take the appropriate sized nail tip for the finger, the natural ones, and you're going to put them in backwards and glue them down to the base of the nail. This is going to create a natural looking nail bed, allowing you to do the step that we're about to do now. So to speed up the process a little bit, I went ahead and took out all the sizes that I need. As you can see, these nail tips have a round side and a square side. For all the methods of putting the nails in the practice hand, you want to put the square side into the cuticle first. So the round side is going to be the free edge of the nail. Sorry for the little removal side detour. Let's go ahead and get back to prepping with the easy prep system. You want to take the easy tape and apply it to the nail and cut a tiny piece off just to sit in the center of the nail. Do make sure to push down the sides very well. You do want this to adhere to the nail bed very good. I'm going to go ahead and repeat the same process for the other 3 nails. Now I'm trying to cut out all the parts where I was really struggling, but this was quite difficult using nippers. Like I said, I really recommend that you guys just use some scissors or cut it off before trying to apply it to the nail. Once you've applied all of the easy tape, the next step is to take off the little white piece of paper. V mentioned in her video to use the nail tip to remove it. I was still kind of struggling, so I ended up using my nippers just to take off the other ones. The next step for this method is to take the working nail size and we're going to put this over top. So like I said, you want to take the square side and put it in first. Do make sure that you're pushing the tip in at a 45-degree angle just to make sure it doesn't adhere to the tape beforehand. Once it's all the way in the cuticle pocket, you want to go ahead and push down firmly just to make sure that it adheres to the easy tape, aka the nail bed area. And of course, I'm going to repeat the same steps for the other 3 nails. This application method makes it super easy and quick to remove whatever enhancements and nail art that you do while you're practicing on the hands. You're basically able to pop them off like press-ons and re-prep the nails like I just showed you for the next set. This completely eliminates the need to soak off every single set, which can be very time consuming and increase the risk of damaging your practice hand in the process of removing. I personally say it reduces the risk of messing up your silicone hand just because sometimes in removal you have to use a drill bit or file them off or even use like cuticle nippers in some cases, and this just eliminates any issues that you might have when removing the set. So now that the nails are prepped, this is when you're able to start doing whatever enhancements that you want. So you can glue on nail tips, you can apply enhancements over the top such as acrylic, polygel, dip powder, whatever you can imagine. I'm going to go ahead and show you how you can remove them. So just pretend that we have already done enhancements. You're basically going to be doing the exact same process. You want to take a wooden cuticle stick or a cuticle pusher and gently push it between the working nail and the natural nail. You want to go ahead and do some very gentle wiggles around. You're basically just trying to detach the working nail from the easy tape. Once you get it detached from all sides, you're then able to slide the working nail tip and your nail enhancement out from the cuticle pocket. As you can see, you might get a little bit of that tape still stuck onto the nail bed, but that's perfectly fine. All you have to do is wipe it off, scrape it off, maybe buff it off if it's not coming off with the other methods. And then you're ready to repeat the exact same process all over again. You can do this for as many sets as it takes for the natural nail bed to become unusable. Then you would soak it off and re-glue a new natural nail bed to the practice hand and repeat the same process again. So that is how you prep and remove the nails on the Veeda Bella practice hands. Again, here is the full posable left hand in the color V3, and I also have the V3 finger as well. This is great for single nail designs. Like I said, the new tips don't really fit on the old hands, so here are the full cover coffin nail tips that she recommended to use for the full hand and the practice finger. So that is the end of this video. Subscribe for more nail videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!